Greetings and salutations, beautiful starshine. Welcome, misfits, sugar plums, and goddesses alike. I appreciate you being here, sweetheart. Welcome back to Writing with Eirian, where I divulge all of my self-publishing secrets that I have learned in the past decade as I've tried to figure out how to be a successful self-published author. I am your host, Eirian Writes, or Eirian Naomi Omid, depending on if you know me from social media or my writing. You can call me Eiri, and in today's episode, we are going to be talking about the mistakes that I've made in my writing career, and specifically the mistakes that I made first starting out, because I've been doing this for a long time, and all those mistakes cannot fit into one episode. So before we dive in, we're going to have a quick word from our sponsor. Grab yourself a nice cup of tea, a blanket, cozy up, and we're going to learn all of the mistakes that I made starting out back in 2012 and 2013. If you would ever like to listen to Writing with Eirian episodes while you are doing dishes, picking up dog poop, or driving to work, head over to eirianwrites.com/writing. That's EIRIAN.com/WRITING to stream this episode and all the other Writing with Eirian episodes in audio format. Today's episode is brought to you by Eirian Writes Studios and EirianWrites.com. EirianWrites.com is what I like to call the mothership. There you will find all of the Eirian Writes books, both paperback and ebooks, as well as Eirian Writes wearables that you won't find anywhere else. Check out the recently launched Pink Candy cover artwork collection, and don't forget to sign up for the newsletter to find out when the next collection launches. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get back to today's episode. Believe it or not, Miss Peace, Love, and Light Eirian here started out her writing career as a horror author. I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute, because if you've been with me since the beginning of Eirian Writes, you know how alternate reality that sounds. I started my career as a horror author. I was deep in the thralls of writing sexy, violent, gruesome horror stories when I turned 18 and could finally self-publish on Kindle Direct Publishing and Create Space, which Kindle Direct Publishing later absorbed. And Kindle Direct Publishing, for those of you who don't know, is abbreviated as KDP, so from here on out I will just be referring to it as KDP. Despite how I started this topic off, my genre was not one of my mistakes. My mistakes were publishing too soon, with no market research, and without having an email list. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Number 1, publishing too soon. There's a lot of different ways to interpret that, but what I'm referring to is the one and done method. I released a book with no others in the series, so people didn't have a way to keep reading if I really connected with them. It was a crucial mindset error. You can become a full-time author, but definitely not with one book. That would be like Target only having one type of cereal and nothing else to offer. No matter how good that cereal is, people won't buy without other options to come back to. Like, you at least gotta have milk. Like, could you imagine if a store just sold cereal and didn't even sell milk or anything to, like, eat with your cereal? It was just one box of one type of cereal and nothing else. Yeah, that's what I did. I also never realized how much effort must go into marketing, copy, cover design, etc. So I just released my book into the wild and held my breath, waiting to become a millionaire. Spoiler alert, still has not happened yet. Still waiting for that one. You simply cannot wish your dreams into being. You have to act upon them. So for tip number 1, write a few books and then go to market. Do not overlook the importance of your marketing department, even as a solo business person. Number 2, blindly publishing. You've got to know who you are writing for. You've got to. It's crucial. And granted, I don't know if there were the resources in 2012 and 2013 for self-published authors like there are now, but I didn't do any research before releasing my book either. I just made a cover that I liked, slapped it on a book and called it a day without knowing if it was genre appropriate or not. Figure out who you are writing for and build reader profiles so you have a name and imaginary persona to keep in mind. Research the other books in your genre. You'll never know how to make yourself stand out if you don't look at what the other kids in class are doing. You also need to go in and write really good copy or hire a copy editor. And you need a mailing list, which is the third topic. Number 3, no mailing list. With self-publishing, thankfully, you have the power to change your cover and the copy at any given time. Number 1 and number 3 on this list are the most important. You need to have a short backlist of books written and ready to publish so you can release multiple titles in a year. And you need to start building your mailing list so that people who connect with your book can stay in contact with you. Be on any social media platform. Building a mailing list is key because you still have a way to tell your readers about your book when Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and whatever else you might be on are all down for the week. Ask your friends and family. Set up an account on a free site like MailChimp or MailerLite and just keep clipping away at it. We'll talk more in depth about mailing lists in a future episode, but if you would like to join my mailing list, go down to the first link in the description. And so those are the top 3 mistakes I made starting out. I published one book without at least having another in the queue. I didn't do any market research at all and just blindly published, and I didn't have a mailing list. Taking the simple steps to not do what I did will set you up for success in your own self-publishing journey. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. In future episodes, we will be discussing more topics like this one, and especially that newsletter one coming up soon because I have a lot to say about that, and I want to set you up for success in your own self-publishing journey. Until next time, please keep writing, friend. Turn off the TV, get off YouTube, put on some nice music, unplug, and go write. We'll see you next time. Ciao! Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Writing with Eirian. As a token of my appreciation, I would like to personally invite you to join the Eirian Rights Forum. I have built a place for us to talk, chill, and network that is totally decentralized. No Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter, just an old school forum for you to chat and congregate at like the early 2000s. Head over to eirianrights.com/forum. That's EIRIANWRITES.com/FORUM to join today.